Alexander Neville was born May 4th, 2006, in Mesa, Arizona. At 4 years old, his family moved to Orange County, California. He was an outgoing boy who loved skateboarding and video games and playing with his little sister. He had an interest in World War II and the Civil War and dreamed of becoming a historian when he grew up. Alexander got his first cell phone in 5th grade. He had started attending a YMCA after-school care, and his parents, Amy and Aaron Neville, wanted a way to reach him. They talked with Alexander about responsible cell phone use and allowed him to play age-appropriate games. They required him to share all passwords with them, and they checked on his phone activity often. Alexander started using Snapchat around 12 years old. His YMCA director even opened an account so that she could chat with the kids in the program. He wasn't on it that much until the pandemic in 2020. Amy and Aaron Neville believed that Snapchat was safe and fun and silly, being that it was made for 13-year-olds. They thought it was just a chatting app filled with games, cartoons, and silly features. But Alexander began having trouble sleeping, and his parents would often find him awake in the middle of the night on his phone. Throughout 8th grade, Alexander struggled even more. His use of Snapchat coincided directly with this steady decline in his mental health. Alex's parents believed that Snap had begun directing and recommending drug advertisements to Alexander and connecting him to drug dealers directly via Snapchat's quick ad and geolocating features. On June 21st, 2020, shortly after Alexander had graduated middle school, Alex's mom asked him what was wrong. She could tell that something was off. Alex told his mom that somebody on Snapchat had sold him an oxycodone pill, which he'd taken. He said that he was curious about it at first, but now he was scared because he already wanted more, and he asked his mom for help. Amy called a treatment center right away. She spoke with someone, but they needed to get back to her with a recommendation. Later that day, Alex went to get a haircut, have lunch, and hang out with his friends. He got home later that night, said hi to his parents and sister, and went up to bed. The next morning, June 23rd, 2020, Amy went into Alexander's room to wake him for an orthodontist appointment. She opened the door and found Alex's body lying lifeless on the bedroom floor. Alexander had died at the age of 14 to fentanyl poisoning. The pill that was sold to Alexander on Snapchat was 100% fentanyl. He had obtained it through a drug dealer by the username AJ Smokesy. Alexander had no connection to this drug dealer in real life, and if not for Snapchat, the two would have never connected. The authorities subpoenaed Snap Inc. for the conversations between Alexander and Smokesy. It took Snap 9 months and multiple subpoenas for them to even respond, and Snap has still not confirmed any real information that is helpful to the case. Snapchat actually continued to allow this user, AJ Smokesy, to sell drugs on Snapchat. They did not disable or block the dealer from the platform. This dealer likely caused the deaths of 2 more individuals, one before and one after Alexander's death, because of drugs that he distributed on Snapchat. This drug dealer's account was finally removed roughly a year after Alexander's death, just 12 hours before law enforcement was set to perform an undercover buy from this dealer. There is suspicion that Snapchat was aware of this undercover effort and removed the account before it could take place. Why would they do this? There is a lot to unpack in this story, which is covered in detail in this week's Rolling Stone expose titled Inside Snapchat's Teen Opioid Epidemic. And you can watch my interview with the Rolling Stone writer who investigated this story for most of the past year. But for now, join me in sending love and support to the family of Alexander Neville, and you can learn more about the incredible advocacy work that his mother Amy is doing at anfhelp.org.